Hello everyone and welcome back again to another YouTube video. Um, I'm sorry I'm away for a very long time. I've been working on glass morphism, frosted glass, if you know what it is. If you don't know what frosted glass or glass morphism is, just look closely at this image here. Look at this area, this blurred area. If you look closely, you see that the behind is blurred and there is something like a glass covering on top of it, something like this uh, navigation buttons here. If you look at the background, it looks like it is a glass on top of an image and the background is blurred. So that is a glass effect or frosted glass effect. So I was trying to implement it and adding it to as many widgets as I can. It really took a lot of my time. I also added it on the navigation button, bottom navigation button. It was it was a big job. So that is why you have not seen me on YouTube for a very long time. So I think I made a whole lot of progress on that. I'm going to show you what I have done so far. Also, I added new features on Real Recycle View. We'll get to see that soon. So let me pop up my PyCharm and let's just see what I've done so far. Okay. So look at this button here. Though you won't be able to see the icon because the icon is white. Let me expand that. Can you see that glass effect around it? Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. If you cannot see it, just zoom in on this video if there is zoom button on YouTube. I don't know, but you can download the video and check it out. Zoom in and see the frosted effect. Yeah. So for you to be able to see this frosted effect very well, let me just switch pages. Forget the white background here. I'll still fix that. Just forget about anything that is not looking so okay. Now look at this. This is another frosted glass effect. So what I was trying to get in this stage is what's it called again? Let me pull this up. Is this page here? This this page. Yeah, I was trying to get exactly what is here, but not totally. I want to add these three buttons here at the top of the glass effect. So I'm here to do that. I'm here to do that. So from the design approach of this image of this UI here, let me stop calling it image. From the design approach of this UI, when you scroll, it has to carry on this glass effect with it. This glass effect is meant to cover this image right here. So I implemented the same thing. This is recycle view. I think the only place this thing is available is on silver no sliver design sliver UI on kivy. Sliver bar something. I've forgotten what they used to call it, but it's sliver, SLIVER. So it's only on Scroview. They implemented it on Scroview. So I'm implementing the Recycle View version. It really took a lot of time and mathematical knowledge. So let me just show you what I've done. As you can see, if I scroll, it moves that what is it called? The frosted glass. Now when it gets to the top, it stops moving. Yeah, so that this guy has to cover it up. Yeah, so as you can see, and then when I pull it back down again, it starts moving. Let's just look at the code. This is just a demo video of what I've done so far and what is keeping me. I'm still going to remove these two things at the no, these three things at the very top. They are not meant to be there. There is a cool stuff that I'll put there. For now, let's just discuss what I did and how I did it. This is just a demo. I'm still going to do another YouTube video fully to describe everything that I just did. So basically, I'm not going to describe the frosted glass effect. Let's just describe this my collection screen. So I'm going to head over to my mobile screen of the kv for collection. This is I'm on collection screen. So if you look closely, starting from the very top, we kind of like created a custom recycle relative layout. We made it to be stencil so that we can cut the corners. We don't need to add radius, and we don't need to keep adding radius to the inner widgets, right? We just want to use one radius to cut everything out. If you don't understand what stencil view is all about, stencil behavior, maybe why I start doing another YouTube tutorial, I will describe that for you. So empty box is what makes what creates an empty space here. Yeah, between here and here. So between here and here is an empty box. It's a box layer, but it is empty. So it helps us to just create that transparency behind and see who is behind and stick ahead with whatever we have. Okay, next one is tree frame box. Tree frame box allows us to place widgets. Yeah, one, two, three for box layout. As you can see, one, two, three image cards. So in kivy, if you are using recycle view and you're using view class, right? If you're using view class, you cannot be able to add different styles of, in short, different kinds of widgets on your recycle view. It doesn't allow you to do that. So for you to be able to do that, you have to use key view class to be able to use different styles of widgets. So while using that, it comes with a problem. The problem is that you have to handle the whole, I don't know how to explain this, but I think I'll keep the explanation and prepare for it very well on my next video when I complete it. When I complete this, let me just explain everything you need to know. Okay, the next one is that we go to collection mobile screen view. That is the screen view itself. Now inside of this screen view, we have on enter. No, don't bother about this. Let's just take everything from top to bottom. So this empty box layout is what houses everything you are seeing here, right? And then the other empty box layout is the toolbar. So this is a custom toolbar at the very top, which houses one, two, three. You already know how to create that, so I won't bother myself describing that. But I'll still remove them. So this is the stencil relative layout. As you can see, I added radius 40 dp. In this async image, I don't have to create a canvas and still say radius 40 dp. I just use the stencil to cut the corners and move ahead with my life. So stencil allows you to just cut things and prevent you from adding extra radius on every widget inside because you want it to be rounded. So I added an async image. So kivy has a new feature inside of image widget, which is fit mode. It does the same thing the fit image widget on KVMD does, like to fit your image on a screen or on a particular widget. So if you set it to cover, it performs that same action as fit image for KVMD widget. Then frosted glass is this glass effect that you're seeing here. So you have to set a background for it. The background is this async image widget. Then the noise opacity, I set it to 0.05. If you look closely, if I increase the noise, there'll be something like dots around the screen. But if you look close enough, you still see those dots. Uh, then we have the blur size. Blur size is the size of the blur effect. So if I scroll up, if you look behind the scene, you see that the background is blurred. If I set this blur size to 0, you won't notice any blur effect. So here I this is a catch y position. So on the y axis, what should be its position? So this is a catch. For now, we use this catch to do some calculations with the recycle view. So the catch is half half of its height. That is the position. Half of its height that is negative half of its height. The reason why we made it negative is that if you set the y-axis to a zero, it's going to be on the whole plane. It is going to be on the screen. So we want it not to cover the whole screen, not to fit from here to here. So what we want is we want it to be somewhere here so that we can picture this image or this UI here. So we set half of it, the negative symbol, not the positive. If you leave it on positive, this will move up. So and we set the y-axis to self dot the catch y. So this is the catch value. Yeah. Then the outline color, we set it to transparency. If you leave out the outline color, there will be a line, white line drawn around it. So I don't need that. Then real recycle view. I love this baby so much. So inside of this, you should know about real recycle view by now. I'm not going to explain much. The only thing here is key view class and default size. So if you are using different sizes of widgets, you need to pre-compute the sizes to be able to make your real recycle or to be able to make your recycle view not to jump around or freeze or hang when you are scrolling. So how to do that is first of all, you set the font size. If you're scrolling on the y-axis, you set the weight to 1. Yeah, the size hit X, set it to 1, which means say cover the whole space on the x-axis, and on the y-axis just set it to none. For the font size, set this guy to 0 and set this guy to that. It is a magic value that I saw on the on kivy and the kivy example project, which helped a lot. So I'm just using 38 because I saw it there. You can use any value of your choice. Don't ask me why, because I myself don't know why. It is working for me. So key size, you have to set key size to anything you want, any um, string you want. I'm using underscore size. This thing is going to be a variable in your widgets that are going to appear inside of real recycle view or your recycle view, depending on which one you chose. So let's go up a bit. If you look here, you'll notice that I created that size here, underscore size, and I created another underscore size here too. So I set both values to 0 and then set the size. Remember, you have to set size hint y to none. I set the size to self dot underscore size, and I also set this size to self underscore size, which means whatever value will pass to size, it should automatically update. I mean, whatever value will pass to underscore size, it should automatically update the size variable. So let's go to the Python code to see what magic really happened. So inside of this Python code, I'm seeing self.ids.rv.data. Here you are going to put your view class. You create a dictionary. Is a list. Remember, recycle view data accepts a list of dictionary. I did some hack here to separate the widgets I'm adding. So here I created a view class. The view class name is empty box, right? Then the size, I set the width to 0, which doesn't matter. It is already filling up the whole width. Then the height is window.height minus dp 50. So what I'm doing here is that I'm getting the height of from here down to here. I'm minusing from here to here because from here to here is 50 dp. I'm minusing it and dividing it by 1.5 so that I can be able to get this space between here and here. So I'm creating that width. I'm making that space between here and here by increasing the size of the height of empty box. So that's it for empty box. Then for view class 3 frame box, the size is just 100 dp, which means from here to here is 100 dp. Something from here to here is 100 dp. The source is self asset, blah blah blah. So we kind of like loop through the image in the asset folder and appended them. Then here is another magic. So on real recycle view, you have root.move first. So root.move first is when you scroll, you should just move this frosted glass or glass muffins in this thing. So when we move, you should move it. So there is this thing that is not available on kivy recycle view, not real recycle view. So I had to create it myself, though I'm not going to go into the details. This is not a main video. So here we have first, we set it to self.ids of first, right, which is the first widget or the frosted glass. So get scroll distance is a method I created on real recycle view. So which gets you the distance you have scrolled. Yeah, the distance your v bar, your v bar. I think I removed the v bar. That is the scroll bar here, the distance it has traveled. So we use this to get the distance it has traveled, and then we say frost.y is greater than or equals to 0. If frost.y is greater than or equals to 0, and that is if the position of this frosted glass is at the top here, and the bottom is touching at the bottom of the window, right? If it is at the zero axis, if it is on the y axis on the zero value, and get scroll distance, yeah, the y axis one is gets me the y axis scroll distance, zero is for the x axis. Then if get scroll distance y axis is greater than or equals to first dot height divided by 2. So first dot height divided by 2 is, yeah, this frosted glass divided by 2. Yeah. So if it is greater than or equals to first dot height divided by 2, we should set first dot y to 0, which means, hey, cover the whole screen, yeah, and stop moving. Assuming we didn't set this, when we continue to scroll, this frosted glass will disappear at the very top. You won't see it on your screen again. So if you look closely in the background, you still notice, and just as you can see, you can still see the frosted glass effect. So if these requirements are met, we should stop scrolling. Else, we should continue scrolling. So we said first dot catch. Why? Remember our catch. So we are using the catch value and adding the value of the get scroll distance, the distance we have traveled. We add it to the catch y and store it inside of the frosted glass y axis. It might be confusing. Don't worry about that. My next video, I'm going to explain more. So I'm just here to just show off what I have done so far, and I don't know. It really took a lot of my time, and I'll see you on my next video.